So for the next month to 2 months, I'll be learning Python from A to Z, all the way through. I will spend every day, every waking hour learning Python to see how far I can get in a whole entire month. Now, it is a month and it's a lot of hours in a month. So if I spend every waking hour doing it, I think I can get somewhere in a month. And I want y'all to join me on the journey. So check out the Instagram in the description. Most likely, I will be live. I'm going to be live every hour of this journey. So y'all can come talk to me on my journey and come give me advice and give me your critiques and what you think about me learning it. Now, I might not do a lot of talking just because of the fact is I want to focus on the studying, but still come, join, get in the comments, interact with other people, and have a fun time. Now, let's give y'all the intro into Python. Now, Python is going to be my first language. So, since Python is going to be my first language out of all of the languages, the reason why I picked Python is because it's basic. Like, it's the base of everything. So, if you learn C++ or C or any of these other programming languages, you're going to be entering into a world where that's the language. But if you learn like a base language like Python, you can get into C++ and all these other applications, Ruby and all these other ones, to learn better. At least that's what I got from the videos I watched of other people doing the journey. So what I'm doing for this is learning as much as I can about Python in a month. And I want you to come join me, so make sure you go to that comment. Now, let's get into the people that don't know what Python is, that don't know what data analysis is or any of that things, or app development. So Python is a high-level general purpose language. And yes, I got that off YouTube. Check out the page. Python is basically the interactive function of whatever you're trying to do. If you want x to equal 4, x will equal 4, and I'm giving y'all base assumptions of what I know. Now, you can do anything with development. You can do anything with code. You can build any machine. You can build any program with code if you want to, and you want it bad enough. If you want to build flying cars, you can build it with programming. You would just have to know exactly what you want and what functions you want to achieve through trial and error. Now, there's many reasons why you should learn Python, and the reasons why you should learn other programming languages, and just learn how to problem solve in general. But the reason why I'm learning is because I felt like in my business personally, if I know how to do code and I know how to code, I'll be able to solve a lot more problems easier than if I didn't. A lot of people go into business and they don't even know how to code, so they struggle getting people to develop apps and getting the people to develop things that's needed to upfront the cost and to get the app going and get their business going. I don't want to be one of those business owners that don't know nothing. So I'm going to spend my time learning and absorbing as much information as I possibly can to get to that next level. Because if you can absorb all the information and you can be diligent at absorbing information, you can go wherever you want. And that's truly what I believe. I believe I can go anywhere as long as I'm absorbing the information and as long as I'm getting it, as long as I'm putting in diligent effort to retain it, and I'm not just learning it just to throw it out the window, and I'm actually building apps and I'm building things to learn the integral functions of what I'm teaching and what I'm learning, then I feel like me personally, I will be great and go to a higher level. Now, like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to emphasize this journey, just so the guys that want to start data analysis, the guys that want to start learning programming, the guys that want to start learning how to code, join me on my Instagram. Go to my Instagram right now, and I'm most likely live. Go to my Instagram right now, click on the live, say what's up, get down, sit down at your computer. I don't care where you at, sit down at your computer with the live on, and get on your computer and type intro to Python or intro to programming and do whatever it say. No, you don't got to buy no course. Do whatever the free things say and just do it. Watch the first video and just get going. The hardest part about doing anything is getting going. If you can't get going, then it's harder to keep going if you can't even start. So if you can start, then it's not going to be harder to keep going. It's harder to stop than it is to keep going. So if you just keep going and jump into it and start learning Python and start learning your first language, it's going to be way better for you down the line if you learn it now than if you wait 2-4 years where you got a whole bunch of more activities that you got to do, and then you wait to learn Python. So if you're young or whatever age you are and you want to learn machine language or you want to learn any type of programming language, learn with me right now. This is your time to learn with somebody else that's doing exactly what you're doing, that's trying to do what you're doing, and that's studying 16 hours a day to get it done. This is your time. Study with me. Make sure you're proficient and make sure you're doing exactly what's needed to be done to get to exactly where you need to get to. Make sure you put in that consistent effort, that consistent dedication. Make sure you're not playing no games around learning it, and you can learn it fast. But that takes a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication, and you might be stressed out from time to time. So if you want to do it with me, come join the Instagram. I'm gonna say it one more time. Join the Instagram. Leave a like and leave a follow on this video. Make sure you come join me, and then you can do whatever you want. Just make sure you're doing it at a high, consistent level, and make sure you're not playing no games with your education and what you're learning and with what you're trying to do in the future. All right, so I'm gonna segue off for my entrepreneurs and my business owners. And what everybody else, if you want to become a business owner, entrepreneur, you can stay. If not, it was fun seeing you. Go check out the Instagram. Go say what's up. Okay. Now, for the people that want to become an entrepreneur and a business owner, the reason why I stress that you should learn any type of programming is because the people that you're gonna hire, even if you don't think you need an app developed now, just like Nike, they was selling shoes. Now they need a shoe app. Any app that you think that you are you're gonna want, or anything you think you're gonna want to do, you're gonna need some type of development and some type of software to go into it. Okay. Now you can buy these stores like Shopify and all that, but sooner or later the systems is gonna run out, and the time that you're making is gonna run out. And you're gonna want to build an app that's dedicated to just your business, and you're gonna have to use a third party software to do it, and you're never gonna have your own platform, your own base. You want to have your own base. So learn before you have to spend $90,000 down the line because you didn't want to put the upfront cost in learning while you were young or while you were just starting out, and you took all that time in learning something different. Even if you don't need it, it's still a great way to get your mind thinking of how to solve problems and how to do things better than the next person. Okay, maybe this didn't work. Okay, let me do this. Now, one thing about Python and one thing about coding that I do know, it's going to be a lot of errors in the matrix. There's going to be a lot of errors. And once you learn how to get out of your mind about, oh my God, this is wrong. Oh my God, that is wrong. Oh my God, that is wrong. You will be able to learn way faster, because the first thing you're not going to think of is the problem. You're going to think of the solution. Like, okay, why is this wrong? How do I fix it? And once you start thinking of how do I fix it and why is this wrong, look, your business is going to skyrocket. It's going to go to the next level, because a lot of business owners are always upfront mad at themselves instead of reflecting and not being mad at themselves or the world, reflecting inside and be like, okay, this is wrong. How do I fix it? I don't need to have the problems that go along with it, because I can make action steps that fix what I already know is broken. All you got to do is fix what's broken. It takes a lot of troubleshooting, yes, but sometimes luck is not really luck. Sometimes luck is just hard work put in on a consistent basis, spread across the entire time that you're doing it. So sometimes you just got to put a whole lot of upfront effort, and then over time you'll be wherever you want to be. Now let's give a little bit of in-depth, just a tiny bit of metadata about how I'm going to be doing it. So I'm going to be working 16 hours a day to learn machine learning, to learn programming from the bottom to the top. Now I might only get to the middle, but I'm trying to learn from the bottom to the top, and it's going to take a lot of troubleshooting, a lot of day in and day out working on the same problem again and again and again before I actually learn exactly what needs to be done. But I'm giving myself a time frame of a month to learn as much as possible and to retain as much as I possibly can to learn one thing. And if I can do that, just one thing, 120%, and I know you guys can do it. If I can do it, ain't nothing special about me. I'm the same as you. We're the same person. We just probably got a little bit of different circumstances, but in the end of the day, we're the same person. If I can do it, I promise you, you can do it. You can come with me. You can come to the journey. You can come through what I'm teaching. You can come through what I'm showing you, and you can do it too. You can start web development. You can start learning how to become a business owner. You can start learning how to code. You can start learning how to do anything you want to do in life. You can start learning right now for free on the internet. Everything on the internet is free. You don't have to pay for any courses. You're going to look up. There's going to be a whole lot of courses. I'll give you our course to learn right now. Look up OSSU and just look it up and then type the first link. Yeah, it's OSSU. Type in OSSU and just click the first link. Then go down, scroll down. You got a whole template of things to do from 1 to 10. From top to bottom, you got a whole course for free. Do the course. Just do the course. That's all you gotta do. You don't have to do nothing more, nothing less. Just do the course, learn the course. That's it. You don't have to do nothing more, nothing less. If you don't want to, if you do great. If you don't, you don't. But the thing is learning it. I stress this. You should learn it. It's a great skill to learn. It's a high paying skill. It's a great skill to learn overall. It's something that it's like learning medicine. Like you wouldn't need to learn medicine how to treat yourself. You learn medicine because you want to help other people. And it's the same thing with machine learning. You learn how to create apps, and you learn how to create other things of that nature. You learn how to create apps. You learn how to create things that you want to create, so you don't have to be stuck when you're going into business, or you don't have to be stuck when you're going and you're trying to create this app for your company. You can just learn how to do it for free on the internet. Free, you can learn how to do it, and the more you do it, and the more the process is, the more you stress the process, the greater you're gonna be. So just sit down with me, do it. It's easy, shouldn't take too long. About a month, you can learn it. If you're not diligent enough, it's gonna take at least 6 months for you to learn it. But if you're diligent and you're willing to learn and you're willing to just take in information, you can learn all of it in a month or two. I would say personally, you can. And I haven't done it yet. You're doing it with me right now, but you can learn it in a month or two. And the only reason why I know that is because the courses that I structure out on a daily basis to learn for this next month, they're 10-hour courses for 1 week each. So you learn one project for, say, it's a 10-hour a week course, and they span it over 10 weeks. So you got 10 hours a week for 10 weeks. So that's a 100-hour course structured into one little module. So you got 100 hours of course material on one little module, and you learn that 100 hours of course material, and then you move on to the next and move on to the next. Okay. So if you're doing 16 hours a day and 100, you got 30 days. You got enough time to learn that module and move on to the next and move on to the next if you're diligent enough to keep moving. But if you're not diligent enough to keep moving, then that's okay. But I'm pretty sure you got the capacity to keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, especially if you really want to do it. Now, a lot of people don't have 16 hours in a day to sit down and study machine learning and coding. So even if you have 4 hours in a day, or you got to go to work, you got 6 hours in a day, you can still sit down and learn with me. You can still sit down and learn for a few hours and learn incrementally, because incremental process is better than process up front, because most of the things you learn up front you forget. So even incremental process that you're learning on the back end, like little after little after little, you can learn little and little and little and little and little and still be great over a year, rather than Elon Musk said somebody working 100 hours and you working 20, the 100 hours will beat you flat out every time. So even if you're working 20 hours, you can still learn. Like he said, they're gonna beat you because they're doing it more, but that doesn't mean they're gonna learn more than you. They're just gonna be able to do it more than you. They're gonna be able to put out more. They're gonna be able to have more. They're gonna be able to have more upfront work than you can ever achieve, because you're only doing 20 and they're doing 6 times what you're doing in a year than you're doing in 1 month. They doing what you did, like. So it's just the process is. Kobe said it. Elon Musk said it. All the high achievers said it. The process is simple. Do a lot and do it often. So just make sure you're doing a lot and you're doing it often. Come work with me on Instagram. You know, check out the link in the description. Come work with me, and it's all good, because every day if you put in consistent effort and consistent action, you'll be successful. And that's all you need to know. Just consistent effort, consistent action, consistent effort, consistent action, consistent effort, consistent action. Keep putting in consistent effort and consistent action. And it's irrelevant. Like, it's irrelevant what anybody else is doing. Because if you're putting in consistent effort and consistent action, at the end of the day, you will always be ahead. Even if you're not personally, even if you don't personally feel like you're ahead, you are. Because if you're diligently working and you're being productive and you're learning the right things, you're not doing the wrong things, and they are, you will be successful in your mind, because you know what you're doing. Now, I'm not saying you might fail and then you feel bad because you spent all this time working, but the time that you spend working, you always have that stored up. Like, it's better to learn than not, because if you know more, you can do more. If you know less, you can do less. So people that know more get more. People that do less get less. So make sure you know more, you're doing more, and you're not settling for less and settling for less than you're worth. The more you're worth, the more you think you're worth personally, do higher. because you can always achieve higher. You can always do higher. You can always do more than what you said you can do. You can always do more than what people say you can do. You can always do more than what the world say you can do. You can always do more than what your ethnicity does. You can always do more than what your parents say. You can always do more than what anybody says about you. You can do more because it's you. You know what you can do. If you sit down, put the effort in, and do it, and don't make no excuses, because excuses is the killer of all dreams. The excuses is the killer of all dreams. I'm gonna say it one more time. Excuses is the killer of all dreams. If you make too many excuses throughout your whole time working and putting in diligent, consistent effort, it's irrelevant all the effort you put in because you made so many excuses. All people think about when they think of you is not how many hours you work or how much time you spent doing it. All they think about is how many excuses you kept telling them day in and day out about this not working and this not working and that's wrong and that's wrong. If you just say this is wrong, fix it, and then you fix it in your mind, you just go, okay, boom, this wrong, let's fix it. Instead of, oh my God, this is wrong, everything is always wrong 24/7, like I can never get a break. If you, instead of doing that, if you say this is wrong, let me sit down and let me fix it, let me get one person on my side to sit down and fix it with me. Let's not be arguing, let's not have an attitude, just let's sit down, work it out, write down a piece of paper and fix it. You will always be great because you will be fixing problems instead of starting problems. People that start problems normally aren't the people that's the most successful, but people that's willing to start problems, but they're laid back to do the work and they know what it takes, them the people that go to another level. From my opinion, personally, from what I see, the people that's diligent at doing the work and getting the consistent effort done, them the people that always skyrocket and that's always do great things and that's always proficient and productive at whatever they're doing. They'll sit down and they'll do it no matter what the cost, no matter what's around them. They'll get it done because that's what they signed up for.